Hello everyone, today I want to tell you my story of how I got started doing nails, and if you're interested, how you can start doing nails or anything else you're interested in. So let's get started. So even before I started posting on YouTube, or even before I started doing like artificial nails, I've always loved nail polish. I have hundreds and hundreds of nail polish, and I will always go and buy the latest collections whenever they would get released from the store, and I would paint my nails that color for the season. So it's a passion that's always been there, and I've always thought about like getting into acrylics and starting to do that because I love nails so much. But at that time I was so busy that I just kept pushing it off all the time, like, okay, I could do it some other time, or those kind of things. But luckily, in 2020, I was able to have the opportunity to start doing nails. But at that time, everybody was at home, so doing acrylics was not the best option. As you know, as you probably know, if you're interested in nails too, while you're watching this channel, when you use acrylics, you have the polymer, which is the powder, and then you have monomer, which is the liquid. And the liquid has a really distinct, strong smell that will permeate. Like if you're in the house, it'll permeate the entire house. So, and some people are very sensitive to monomer. So monomer smells, and just even like being exposed to it can cause allergic reactions. So at that time I decided that that wasn't the route I wanted to go. But I still wanted to learn how to do artificial enhancements, nail enhancements. So I started my research, and it was a lot of information. And I think that's one of the things that prevent a lot of people from starting nails or anything else. You want to do it, but there's just an overabundance of information, and it seems overwhelming. So for me, at first I was looking at the acrylic videos, but I decided, okay, acrylic may not be the best option. So I started looking at other options. And luckily, when I was typing in nails, Kira Sky, their YouTube page popped up, and they had dip powders. I was like, oh, what is this? And they sold like 2 kits at the time. It was like a general kit with colors, and then they also had a glitter, something else, and then they had the French kit. So I opted to try the French kit. And the reason I chose that was because, one, it seemed easy enough to apply. I didn't have to buy a lot of additional items, which we'll go into a little bit later, all the things and supplies you need. But in the beginning, you don't need that much. It's better to keep it simple, learn the basics, get the techniques down, and then kind of expand from there. So I ended up purchasing their dip powder kit, and then I went out and bought other stuff that didn't come with the kit, like nail files, acetone, cuticle pusher, those kind of things. So I bought extra stuff, and I found out about that through like just Googling, you know. And so the kit came in, and I started doing nail overlays. So basically, when you do an overlay, you just cover the top of your natural nail with some kind of product. So you could do overlays with acrylic, you could do overlays with gel, and like I was doing, you could do overlays with dip powder, which dip powder is excellent product to do overlay with. And you don't need a lot of other, like, you know, chemicals, or you don't need a gel lamp, you don't need anything. You could just, anybody could pretty much do it. The only thing is, with that gel kit that I chose, particularly, I mean not gel, that dip powder kit that I chose, the resin dries. It's kind of like super glue. So you put it on and it dries really fast. So you got to work pretty fast to get the powder on there, so you get even distribution of the powder onto the nail. So I think that was the only tricky part with doing the dip powder. They also have another dip powder system which uses gel, and then you would cure it in the lamp. But if you do that, you have to buy a lamp and, you know, more equipment. So I wanted to keep it really simple, and to make sure that I really did want to learn how to do nail enhancements, which I felt like I did, but at that time I wasn't sure. So after I kind of got used to doing the overlays, I ended up going ahead and trying to do the nail extensions. So to do nail extensions, you could either sculpt the nail, which if you watch my channel, when I do gel nails, I typically sculpt them out. Means I put like it's a paper form. It's sticky on one side and then it's smooth with like a plastic coating on one side. And then you apply that to your nail and then you form over it. The other way is to use tips. So you could use full coverage tips. You could use like the half or like the other tips, and basically you just glue them on there and then you build on top of that. So I started doing the glue on tips, the acrylic, like the types that you typically use for acrylic. So I started doing that, and then I was building out the nail with dip powder. So I continued and did this for 6 months. And I still love doing nails, and I was like, I still want to do acrylic. And at that time, I also discovered gel nails, typically hard gel, because young nails, if you start looking up the research for like how to do nails and stuff, you'll see their videos. They have a bunch of videos, and they have really good products. So their acrylic's great, their hard gel's great. I really like it. I've tried pretty much all of their products. So I ordered Young Nails acrylic and their hard gel. Like they also have like a little kit that you could try out if you want to see if you want to get into either acrylic or hard gel. So I bought their little hard gel kit, and I started there. This was 6 months after I did the dip powder. So by then I already got the basic techniques down, because prep is pretty much the same for doing any kind of nail enhancements. And just the techniques for applying the different types of products is a little different, but once you get the basics down, it's not as difficult as starting from scratch. But I did have problems with gel. Oh gosh. Gel was so messy. I would get gel everywhere. If I get gel on my hands, it would be on the brush, then it would be like all over the place. So that was my issue. But eventually I got a whole hang of it, and gel became my favorite. I do acrylics, but I don't do them often. So I'm okay with it, but I'm not like that good with acrylics. But I do know how to do acrylics, and I did end up doing it a little bit, but still, the monomer smell, those kind of things. I kind of facilitated that with venting, like making sure to vent the room that I was working in properly so that the smell wouldn't stay. And then like after I'm done, I would take all the products like trash and everything and make sure to throw it out. Oh, but there's another thing. If you're doing acrylics, be careful. Sometimes I heard like the monomer, like just trapped, can cause fires. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I make sure to kind of like wet, like if there's paper towel with a lot of monomer on it, I kind of wet it to make sure that like it doesn't self-combust or anything. I don't know if that's true. I think I saw it somewhere, but I just make sure to try to prevent that. But anyway, so I started doing that, and I got pretty good around maybe the 1 year mark, a little bit over a year after I started doing nails. I felt pretty comfortable, and I was diving into more aspects of what I really enjoyed about nails, which was nail art versus just doing like basic sets. So because of that, I decided to not fully pursue that as a career, because it was such a niche, and I like doing so many other things. I didn't want to just be in a nail salon doing regular sets all the time. I kind of like the art aspect, and that's where I come from previously too, like fine art, drawing, painting. That's what I used to do prior to this, and which I would like to show more on this channel too eventually. But so I decided what I would do with that new knowledge I had was, okay, I love to do nail art, so I'm gonna share what I love on YouTube. And this was really great because I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for the longest time, for years and years. I was recording all different types of videos, but no niche really stood out, or like I would record some videos and I'd be like, oh, I don't really like this, or this is not what I really want to do. So, but with nails, it kind of flowed. But as you see, like if you see my first video, I posted one video in 2021. And after that, there was a lot of things going on, and I ended up traveling for 6 months doing like van life. So I wanted to record that, which I did record it, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna release the videos for that yet. I'm trying to figure out how I want to put all that, all those travel clips together into a story of why I did, I did the traveling for so many months and everything. So I'm still working on that. Maybe that'll get released, maybe not. I don't know yet, but I'm working on it. So I ended up only having one video for the previous year. And then after I came back from my travels, that was when I was like, okay, I'm gonna really buckle down. This is what I wanna do because I really enjoy it. And I'm gonna put my all into it. So I started doing the videos. And that was in itself a process too, because it's something that's new. So same like nails, when I first started, it was something new, and it took a while to kind of get used to everything, and you still grow and learn as you go along, but it gets a little easier as time progresses and you gain more knowledge and skills. So now I want to talk about how you can start doing nails or anything else you want to do. So the first thing I would say is to just get started. Doesn't matter. Have you thought about doing something for years and years but haven't really pursued it or put it out there? It's never gonna change. Like me, years and years, like thinking about it, pushing it back because I'm busy. I think the best thing is to just dive in, but start simple. So if it's something that's very complex and you want to do multiple aspects of it, like with nails, I wanted to do gel, I wanted to do acrylic, I wanted to do dip powder, I wanted to do, now I did polygel the other day. Pick one that seems the simplest and then work your way from there, because you don't have to do everything all at once. No, break it down. And then also, don't be hard on yourself, because you're not going to be perfect in the beginning. And don't compare yourself. Do what you love to do and do it how you want to do it, because you're doing this because it's something that you're passionate about and you love. So do it your way and don't give up. Stick with it. Be persistent. And then as you go along, you'll learn like, okay, I want to switch this up. I want to do this, or, you'll know. But you'll never have the chance or the opportunity to see where things will go if you never try. So that's all I wanted to say. Get out there, just try, and you'll be surprised. Because it's a lot of fun. I still love doing nails. I didn't pursue the traditional route. I didn't go the nail tech route, but I still love doing it, and I gained a great skill. Like, I could do my own nails now. I don't have to wait to go to the salon. If my nail breaks, I could fix it on my own. So, it's a win-win regardless of how it turns out. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.